Welcome in, my earth angels. Welcome back to another lesson. I am filled with excitement despite the fact I'm tired to bring you today's lesson because I am on fire right now for the message I have for y'all. What's today's lesson? I'm so glad you asked. Today's lesson is to move. LOL. Because the title of not Riley's hair on me. The title of this video is going to be Move, You're Not a Tree. And it's just so much deeper than the surface level. Like, what do I mean by move, you're not a tree? That means if you don't like your situation, do something about it. That's the lesson. I know the truth is harsh. It's direct, but it's true. If you don't like your situation and you can do something about it, which 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, you can absolutely do something to change your situation. And I'm learning that more and more and more. And I just got finished watching a Bible study by Myron Golden. Oh my goodness. That man's wisdom and insight could only be from God. It is so powerful. It literally just let this fire inside of me that makes me feel like I am absolutely on the right path of doing what I'm trying to do. So let's really get into it. If you're not happy with your situation, why are you still in your situation? What's preventing you from changing it? What's preventing you from taking action? If for the last 5 years of your life, 3 years, 10 years, 2 years, if it looks the same and you're not happy with how it looks, why is it still like that? You know? Riley, what's wrong? You don't like the message? Oh, you want me to put you outside? Oh my goodness. I don't have pants on right now, so I won't be getting up. I will not be getting up. We're going to get this message. She's going to have to wait. Let's get into it. Listen, I finished high school. The world said go to college. I went to college. The world said you don't have experience. So I worked until I had some experience, and now I've been working. And you know what I've discovered after doing all this working? I don't like what I'm doing. I don't like what I'm doing. I don't like that I'm forced to clock in and listen to a bunch of nonsense and be around a bunch of people that I'm just really not aligned with, you know? I do think, there's seasons you have to go to different places to learn different things, but the Lord, me and him are locked in. He knows I'm ready to go, and I know it's only a matter of time. I'm getting up out of there. I don't know when, but I know it's coming. And even though I have not always known exactly what I wanted, I have always been very good at knowing exactly what I do not want. Once I know something is not for me, I'm very quick to try to change it up. I'm very quick to try to get out of Dodge. And honestly, the older I get, the quicker I am able to do that. I've been through some things in life. I've learned some things, and it has definitely impacted how I move throughout life now. Once something does not, because remember, God is peace. So anything that's not bringing peace, it's not connected to God. In this season of my life, I have peace because of my connection with God. But what I'm doing, what God is using to sustain me right now, is not the end all be all. I don't understand how people can clock into the same job for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and they're miserable. I've been at this job for 11 months now. I've been in my position for 11 months, and I think about 7 months in, I said, yeah, this ain't it. My last job, I stayed in that job for 4 years, but on the first week, I said, this ain't it. Now, my parents raised me that you don't leave one job until you have another one to go to. So that's why I stay in positions as long as I do, because I'm not going to leave until I have something equivalent or better, right? I definitely feel something bigger and better on the way. Bigger and better. The Lord showed me 2 rainbows today. 2 rainbows, okay? And I absolutely believe it was for me, because I had an interesting day at work that left me feeling like I got to get up out of here. And for me to leave work and see these double rainbows, and it was just all by God's design, because I could have missed them. If I would have just parked in a different spot at work, I would have missed them. If I would have just got straight in my car after work, I would have missed them. But no, I really like taking pictures of God's work. In the sky, in the trees, they was just really doing something for me today after work, despite having like, the way my day ended was like really irritating. So when I left work, I was like, yeah, I need to go decompress so I can come back here and be a better person tomorrow, because they were getting on my nerves today. So I'm like not in the best mood as I'm leaving work. I get to the parking garage of my job, and because I'm in a bad mood, I feel like a lot of people would just want to get in their car and storm off. But I'm walking to my car, not in the best mood, and the Lord's nature catches my attention. It was looking so beautiful. I had to stop and start taking some pictures. I'm taking some pictures. I said, these are some great pictures. Then I get up to the level with my car is on, and it's a different view of the beautiful nature. I said, I gotta get me some more pictures, because now these could possibly be better pictures. I'm up higher, the view's better. Let me get my pictures. Excuse me. I get my pictures, then I trickle over to my car, and I see another view. I said, let me get some more pictures. And it's like the Lord's planting these ideas to take more pictures of nature. Like it's something you just feel. You just feel like you need to do something and you just follow it. You don't question it. So mind you, I'm ready to leave. I'm tired of being at this environment. I want to get home as soon as possible. And I had a nail appointment today. So my time at home was very limited between like getting home, walking my girl, and making to my nail appointment. So if anything, I really should have been in a rush, because I had very limited time to make it to my appointment and do what I needed to do at home. But I still stopped and followed this nudge that the Lord was giving me to go take these pictures. I'm taking the pictures of the nature. I turned the corner and I see the most beautiful apparent rainbow that I've seen in a very long time. And to add to it, it was a double rainbow. It was a double rainbow. It was such a beautiful picture. If I can figure out how to put the picture on the screen, I will absolutely do that so you guys can see. But this beautiful rainbow reminded me that the Lord talks about the rainbows and how it represents a covenant between God and the earth, and how he's never going to destroy it ever again. The rainbow represents that promise, so that the Lord could remember that he would never do that again, or something along those lines. So I knew that. So as soon as I got in my car, obviously, like, I'm feeling like the promise, the Lord is remembering the promise. And I just went to Genesis and I started listening to Genesis 9. That's the chapter that he talks about that in. I'm listening to Genesis 9 in my car. And even though that is what the promise is about, like Lord's promise to never destroy the earth with a flood ever again, I absolutely felt like it was deeper than that. Like, I felt like the Lord has been telling me he's going to get me out of this position soon. Like, he hasn't forgotten about me. And I felt like seeing that rainbow, especially after what I had just experienced at work, was God's reminder, like, don't fret, girl. I did not forget about you. I keep my word, and you can trust in that. And I see all. So it was very reassuring to feel that, right? So I'm just like, that's beautiful. I don't like my situation, and the Lord is about to move me. But outside of that, outside of like a standard typical work type of thing, lately I've been making my YouTube videos. I've started my Etsy shop. Like, I'm doing different things that I think are producing fruit. They're adding value to the world. And I definitely believe that the Lord is going to use this. If I just stay diligent and stay consistent and keep working, fruit is gonna come. It has no choice but to come. And I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm enjoying making these videos. I'm enjoying designing things and selling it on my Etsy shop. I've only did one thing so far. Oh shoot. Y'all gotta go get my calendar. I told you I can't get up. I don't have no pants on. So I'm not gonna go get it right now. But if you look at the last two videos, I showed the calendar, and the link of my calendar will be in the description. So you should absolutely go check out my calendar and go buy it. And I have something brewing for another product, and it's just gonna keep coming. Like, the Lord will keep supplying ideas for me to execute. And that brings me, I say all of that to bring back to this point that I don't like clocking in to my current position. I didn't like clocking into my last position. I didn't like clocking into the position before that, right? And I always felt like I used to say I don't have an entrepreneurial bone in my body. I used to say that all the time. And all of a sudden, I recognize, yes, I do. I am an entrepreneur. And me starting to recognize that, I accepted that identity. I'm walking in the steps. So I'm not liking the world's way of living where you have to just clock into a job for the rest of your life. And it's just not going to work for me. I know this is not my long-term plan. It's not what I will be doing for the rest of my life. Like there is something greater for me. And it's not trading my time for coin and dealing with corporate America. It's just not it. So lately I've been creating things, and that is my ticket out. What I'm creating, I find joy in. It's very easy for me to make these videos. I've been talking for 11 minutes. It's very easy for me to yap. It's very easy for me to yap, especially when I'm passionate about something. So that is one of my callings. Things that come natural to you, those are your callings. Those are what God wants you to use to produce fruit for other people. This is one way I am serving people. I am sharing knowledge that I have learned and connecting it to my real life experiences to hopefully give someone else hope of what they can do, and hopefully help them recognize that in their life, they need to figure out what they are naturally talented at, because that is what they are supposed to be used to serving the world. And whatever situation you're in that you don't like, you don't have to stay in that position. You are not a tree. You don't have to stay in a position you do not like. You have the ability to move, and you should be using the natural gifts that the Lord has given you, because he gave you those gifts so that you can serve the world, doing something that comes easy to you, so it doesn't feel like it's going to drain you. It's something that will provide a life for you. It will provide abundance for you. All you have to do is step into your calling. Because if you think about it, let's use something easy like a singer. Let's use a singer that, not like a regular singer. Let's use a gospel singer. A gospel singer, their natural gift is their voice. Them using their voice to provide the world with good music. Like, especially in this time, I'm loving all the modern gospel artists, right? They have a gift to share their voice. If they were too busy trying to occupy their time doing other stuff and not using the gift God naturally give them, the world would have lack in that area, something the world absolutely needs. But because they are using the gift that the Lord naturally gave them, they are serving the world and giving us something we need. And that is in turn serving them. It is funding their lifestyle. They get to live their dream, something they're naturally good at, something they're most likely passionate about, something they find joy in. And that is what the Lord is using to fuel them, and it's glorifying God. Our Lord gave us all natural gifts. We all have unique skills and talents, and that's what we are supposed to be using to like fund our life, supply our life, and we would live in peace. People that are not living in peace are most likely not doing the thing that the Lord gave them the natural ability to do. And the more I learn this, the more I get excited, because it's like, yeah, life doesn't have to feel so mundane, so tedious, so draining, so hard. Life doesn't have to feel like that. We just have to take the actions for the gifts that God has already given us. And that's why I feel so great about me creating these videos and me starting my Etsy shop, because creating these things feels very natural to me, which means it should be very easy for me to stay consistent. I just have to keep showing up. And in time, the Lord is going to use this to like fund my life, or essentially open the opportunity for another opportunity that I will also naturally be good at to fund my life. Like, it's a very beautiful perspective of life once you really believe that is true. And I believe that is true. And you know, I think the best part about me saying that at this point in time is that I believe it before it even happens. And that is what faith is. Someone could be listening to me saying this and be like, girl, I see your life. You live like any one of us, regular, clocking into that job, and they can say that's all you're ever gonna do, da da da. I don't believe that. I think this was just for a season because I had to learn a few things in the space I'm in now, things that are going to help me in the next season that the Lord is about to bring me to. Oh, I just heard a yes. Yes. So I say all that to say you are not a tree. You can absolutely move. So if you don't like your situation, why are you staying in it? What can you do to make that different? Whatever excuse you just named, go ahead and erase it. You need to tap into the Lord and figure out what you're supposed to be doing with your life, what your purpose is. And what's really fueling this message is I was just watching a Bible study by Myron Golden, and it's on the purpose of your life. And it was, if I tried to give that message to you, I would be doing you a disservice. So that video will absolutely be linked at the top of my description because I want you to watch it. If you're watching this video and you made it to this point, that means I was just the bridge to get you to his message because his message is going to get you closer to the kingdom. And you'll really understand that when you watch his video. And speaking of that, I think this would be a good time to talk about what Bible verse supports what I'm saying. And we're starting right at the top, the tippity top, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. And it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." Now, if you watch Myron's video, I'm definitely about to kind of be reiterating exactly what he said because that is the source of this video. That is what inspired today's lesson. The first thing the Lord gives us, the first thing he wants us to know is that in the very beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. God created. The first thing God wants us to know about God is that he created something. He's creative. What are we? We are made in God's image. We have God inside of us. Because we are made in God's image, we have God's qualities. We can tap into his qualities. We are creative, and our sole purpose is to be creating stuff. How did Myron keep saying it? We were created to create stuff and made to make stuff. That is our purpose. We are supposed to be doing something creative, and I feel like that's why I have all of this joy lately because I'm finally creating something. Up until this point in my life, I haven't been creating anything. I've been living for myself and living in the world, and I haven't been doing anything fruitful. But lately, I'm creating stuff that glorifies God, and it can be used to fund my life at some point if I stay consistent. This is what the Lord can use, or it can open the door to new things. And it's all about taking that first step, which is what kind of goes back to what I've been saying in a bunch of other videos about you need to follow the ideas the Lord has planted in your head, because those ideas are what the Lord is trying to use to produce fruit for you. And truly, those ideas are probably things related to creativity, something you're supposed to create, something you are supposed to give birth to, essentially. And I think that is such a powerful thing. The first thing the Lord tells us is that he created something. So clearly our main purpose is to glorify God and seek his will, seek the kingdom. But our purpose here on this earth is to be creating stuff because we are creative beings. And I think that is just such a powerful realization, epiphany, understanding, realization, all that stuff. Coming to know that, it gets me so excited because I'm like, well, what am I going to create next? And funny enough, as I was watching Myron's video, the Lord was just depositing new ideas of things I'm going to create eventually. And now my only concern is, am I going to be able to execute or produce these things quick enough? I gotta keep a running list. I have a running list. And all I need to do is take the action, take the steps, keep showing up. The Lord is going to keep replenishing me. The well is not going to dry up if I'm drinking from the living water. He's going to keep giving me ideas. He's going to keep giving me fruits to bear. And it's just going to keep going. Keep going up. Money getting longer. Joy getting stronger. Resilience getting bigger. Knowledge growing. Wisdom growing. All of the things. All of the fruit. Well, that's not all the fruit. Because they talk about fruit in, what is it? Is it Galatians? It might be. Don't quote me. And do not eat me up in the comments if it's not. But yeah, I am so excited about that. So just to wrap it up, today's lesson is move. You are not a tree, okay? If you don't like your situation, If you don't find peace in your situation, most likely God is not a part of it. You're not in alignment. And if you were in alignment, you would have peace and you would have ease in what you're doing because you're naturally equipped with the skills to do what you're supposed to do, what the Lord has called you to do. The Lord wants us all to be abundant. We do not have to live stressful lives. The world wants us to live stressful lives. The world has told us we are not enough. We need to work for someone else's dream. We need to clock in and clock out. We only have this much money. We can't have more. That's what the world teaches us lack. The world tries to keep us in a state of lack. But God, our abundant, almighty God, he is abundant, and therefore he wants us to be abundant. He's already created abundance for us. All we have to do is step into it, step into our calling. And that is today's lesson. Man, I hope it reached the right audience. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you come back tomorrow for another lesson. And also remember to check out my description and go buy my calendar. I know you need one for 2026. Or if it's past 2026 or something by the time you see this video, that Etsy shop should have a bunch of other stuff. So go ahead and check me out. All right. Bye.